The date is Monday, May 16th. It is just about 6:30 in the morning, and I am leaving Colorado Springs once again, hoping to do some camping. I've got 3 different spots picked out, but my first choice is outside of Lake George, Colorado. It's a little under an hour away from here, not far. And if all goes as planned, I will do some camping today and this evening, and tomorrow I'm going to go hiking just south of Divide, Colorado on Pancake Rocks Trail, and I might also visit Horse Thief Falls. That's the plan if everything goes as planned. I do have alternatives planned also. Close to County Road 31, where I hope to do some camping. Yes, I think this might be my marker. Park County, along with most of Colorado, has a fire ban right now. It's pretty dry. An ongoing drought here. It's just a little after 8 a.m. and I believe I have found my spot. It's just off of Forest Service Road 231, connecting to County Road 31. I have some neighbors nearby. I think that'll be okay. Hope they don't run the generator too much. You can see Pikes Peak in the distance. I'm thinking that haze is probably from the High Park fire. Things have changed since I was here in 2020. Last year, it became designated dispersed camping areas. How do you know if your area is designated? This is how you know. And there's a map at the entrance, which I took a picture of, that shows you which areas are allowed. But yeah, when I was here in 2020, it was just open dispersed camping anywhere you want to go along the roads, and that has changed. Speaking of 2020, I hiked to the top of a small mountain, hill I guess, I don't know what you want to call it, to that point right there. I believe I spoke too soon, because I did a little walking around the area and I found a more secluded spot further up this road. It's a little rough. I don't think I'll need 4-wheel drive to take it, but I do know that no one with a large rig is going to come up here. Not with all the rocks and tree roots protruding from the road and the uneven surface. But yeah, I think I'm going to sacrifice the open view for a little more privacy. Yeah, I just took a short walk and found another spot, and I like it. Here it is. It's a very small spot, but I think I can get things level here. But yeah, I'm gonna take this one instead. I spoke too soon. Well, I can still see Pikes Peak from the campsite, even though I'm mostly shrouded by pine trees. So that's where I put my chair, in the shade of pine trees, looking at Pikes Peak. There's a very nice, very large fire ring that I won't be using, but it's there if I need it. And what is life without a little bit of adversity? When I was getting organized, I ran into problems immediately. I realized I had forgot to connect my DC plugs to the batteries. So I had to take out the bedspread and the mattress. I had to take out the red sleeping bag, and I had to lift up the sleeping platform and hold it in place so that I could connect my DC plugs to the batteries. And this plug has an extension for the lunchbox oven, and this one operates my 12-volt DC refrigerator. So I had to hook those up because I want to keep my drinks cool and I want to eat today. Pikes Peak has been in a haze most of the day, and that's likely due to the High Park Forest Fire, which is in the next county south of us in Teller County. It's burned 1,400 acres as of yesterday, and there was some air quality warnings for Divide. And so it appears that the 40% chance of rain has followed me. I tried to escape it by camping in Lake George, but even still, that's in the direction of Cripple Creek and the High Park fire. So if they get some rain or I get some rain, that's good. It'll certainly help the firefighting efforts to battle the High Park fire. So I won't complain if I get a little rain on me, because we're not far from camp. And I think pretty soon I'm going to hike to the top of this mountain, or hill, whatever you would call that. I hiked to the top of it in August of 2020, but I was a good half-mile away. I had to hike a half-mile before I even started up the hill. So this time I will be right under the mountain, the hill. So it'll be a little easier to hike, and it will give me a good view of the Tarryall mountain range. If you do an off-trail hike, you get a first-hand experience of just how rugged these mountains can be. It's a whole different experience hiking off the trail. I'd like to tackle that mountain because I opted out of it 2 years ago. I might. There's a good look at a tree that survived a lightning strike. That striped area where the bark is stripped is where the lightning went down the tree and it completely charred the top of the tree off. Well, I did reach the summit of the larger mountain that I failed to summit 2 years ago. It's a little anticlimactic because the view isn't that much different. But yeah, the calls for 40% chance of rain looks like it went the other way. And I'm certain that I am at the summit of this mountain because of this. I've seen these before. I think the name of this mountain is P317 because usually the name is stamped at the bottom of these. And you can see it was 1938 when this was driven into the rock. Well, it's just about 7:15 p.m. and I hiked up the small mountain right over camp. So there's a lot of clouds in the sky and I might get a sunset. And if that happens, I don't want to be down there shrouded by trees. I like to see as much of the sky as possible. Pikes Peak getting maybe the most sun it's got all day. The sun has broken through a low point in the mountains west of me. And I thought the Tarryall Mountains had gone dark for the day. I guess they showed me. Badger Mountain getting a little bit of light through LaSalle Pass. That one streak of light right there is coming through LaSalle Pass. Pikes Peak looming dark. I'm filming every minute of it, almost. I don't know if that's going to be the peak of the sunset or if it's going to go orange and red. Got a hummingbird dive bombing me for about a half hour. Literally dive bombing. He flies straight up over me and then dives straight down next to me.